Hello everyone, welcome on BioFun Learning. I'm Dr. Sarita Agrari and this is the first session of class 9 biology, that is chapter 5, the fundamental unit of life. I hope all of you are doing great, especially staying healthy and happy. This is very important at this pandemic time. Let's take precaution and things will get back normal very soon. It's very important to have positive mindset. So let's get start our session with positive quote. Believing in yourself is the first secret to success. Means you can achieve success if you believe in yourselves. If you make goals and strive towards it, the success is no more dream. Success will be yours. So believe in yourself is the first secret to success. You know your strength and weakness. तो अपने आप पर भरोसा रखिए, यही पहला सीक्रेट है सक्सेसफुल होने का. Before we get started with this chapter, the fundamental unit of life, there are few things I want to share with you that we are conducting our online classes, especially for biology, because nowadays everything is changed. Your school is going online. Lots of children are facing problems in understanding the concepts, language problem. Here we are teaching in Hindi, English and Marathi, also with regular tests and assignments, and also most of the students are preparing for competitive exams. For them this is the foundation, so you need to clear all the concepts. We have live classes, one-to-one interaction, personalized attention, and also discount for scholar student. These are the bonuses that you can get, so hurry up and just fill the registration form. Registration is free, link is in the description. So you might be thinking, why YouTube? Because here there is certain limitations. Here also we are trying as much as possible to cover all the content. For detailed study in depth, we started online classes with doubt sessions. For more details, you can call us anytime. So let's start this chapter, the fundamental unit of life. फंडामेंटल इस वर्ड का मीनिंग होता है आधार या बेस या बहुत ही इम्पॉर्टेंट कोई चीज़. So the fundamental unit of life is what? The fundamental unit of life is cell. As you can see, tree, plants, animals, humans, bacteria, fungi, etc. All the living organisms have similarities. They have basic unit, that is cells. There is special branch in biological science that studies the structure and function of cell. That branch is known as cell biology or cytology. You know, human body composed of trillions of cells. When I say trillion, means a trillion is equal to 1,000 billion, a billion is equal to 1,000 million. So now you can understand the number of cells our body is composed of. Approximately, adult humans have roughly 20 to 30 trillion red blood cells, that is RBCs, at any given time, constituting approximately 70% of all the cells by number. Women have about 4 to 5 million RBCs per microliter of blood, and men about 5 to 6 millions. Human body replaces millions of cells every day. Cells are always created and destroyed in human body. Approximately 20 millions of cells replaces in just few seconds in human body. So now you can understand how interesting it is. Do you know, if you stretch the DNA in one cell all the way out, it would be about 2 meters long, and all the DNA in all your cells put together would be about twice the diameter of the solar system. Just imagine how big is a human DNA strand. Our bodies are made up of lots of different kind of cells, which are kind of like building blocks. Some of these are nerve cells. We would need a microscope to see them, but they are some of the oldest and longest cells in your body. In fact, if we lined up all the nerves a body has, they would stretch for almost 45 miles. Look how interesting it is. Discovery of cell. These are some important milestones in research of cell. These are major events of cell biology which play a very important role in research of cytology or cell biology. Let's study. It started with discovery of cell. When did it happen? It happened in 1665. Just imagine such a long time back. Robert Hooke observed slice of cork under a simply magnifying device. That was a basic primitive microscope. Here you can see in the middle picture the simple primitive microscope. Cork is a part of bark of a tree. He took thin slice of cork and observed them under microscope. He noticed partitioned boxes or compartments in the cork slice. These boxes appeared like a honeycomb. He also noticed that one box was separated from the other by a wall or partition. Hooke coined the term cell for each box. Cell is actually a Latin word meaning a little room. Hooke observed cells in the cork were actually dead cells. After that, in 1674, Antony van Leeuwenhoek discovered protists, that is protozoa, and in 1683 he discovered bacteria, and in 1677 he discovered sperm cell. He observed live cells first time. He is commonly known as father of microbiology and one of the first microscopists and microbiologists. He is the best known for his pioneering work in microscopy. First microscope was discovered by Antony van Leeuwenhoek. Microscope is the instrument which magnifying the very small objects which we cannot see by the naked eyes. Then in 1831, Robert Brown discovered the nucleus in the cell. Nucleus is the brain of cell. It regulates the cell cycle. Robert Brown was a Scottish botanist known for his discovery Brownian motion in botany, that is the continuous motion of minute particles in solution. After that, in 1839, Purkinje coined the term protoplasm for a fluid substance of a cell. Cell is divided basically into two parts. One is cell membrane and second is protoplasm. Cell membrane is the covering of cell. Leaving the cell membrane means apart from the cell membrane, inside the cell is protoplasm. Protoplasm is the living material of cell. Protoplasm again divided into two parts. One is the liquid part, that is cytoplasm, and another is nucleus. Purkinje also discovered large nerve cell with many branching. Then the cell theory was presented by two biologists, a botanist Schleiden 1838 and a zoologist Shawn in 1839. The cell theory states that all living organisms, that may be plants, animals, humans, bacteria, etc., it may be simple or complex, are composed of one or more cells. Every plant, animal, microorganisms is so much different, but only the similarity is cell. Every organism is made up of cell. If the cell is working properly, that means the organism is living. It is the characteristic feature of living organism. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. And the third point is new cell arises from pre-existing cell. The cell theory was further expanded by Rudolf Virchow in 1855. He suggesting that all the cells arises or formed from pre-existing cell. He stated a statement omnis cellula e cellula. It means all the cells arises from pre-existing cell. Means any new cell is coming from pre-existing cell. He is known as father of modern pathology. So these are some important milestones in the research of cell biology. These are the major events of cell biology. There are many more research has been done, but out of this there are few major events. How do these scientists observe and study cell? So the first observation was done by Robert Hooke in 1665 by using very primitive microscope. Microscope is an instrument to see small objects or microbes. The primitive microscope could not see too much in it, so it took 150 years to study cell and get more innovative microscopes. So these days we have excellent quality of microscopes. We are able to study these cells or parts of the cells, that is organelles of the cells, in detail. As you know, cells are very small, cannot be seen by naked eyes. So we need instrument to study cells. That instrument is microscope. Microscopes are high resolution instrument that are used for observing fine details of very small objects. There are two main common types of microscopes, that is light microscope and electron microscope. Light microscopes are used to study living cells and for regular use when relatively low magnification and resolution is required. For example, bacteria, blood cells like WBCs, RBCs, etc. The magnification range of a light microscope is from 100x to 1500x. We can use light microscope to view living cell. Electron microscope. Electron microscope provide higher magnification and higher resolution, but cannot be used to view living cells. They are used for viruses. First electron microscope was discovered in 1940. It is very costly, approximately $1 million. Here you can see on the scale of life, we can see such a small objects which are in nanometer, like small molecules, lipids, proteins, viruses, plant cell, animal cell, chloroplast, that can be seen by electron microscopes, and the organisms which are more than 1 micrometer in size can be seen by light microscopes, like plant cell, animal cells, bacteria, fish, egg, etc. And the objects more than 1 millimeter can be seen by naked eyes, like fish, egg, hummingbirds, or any birds, animals, plants, humans, blue whales, etc. Hence, egg is the single cell and big enough to be seen by the naked eye. So we need not to use microscope to see the hens egg. It can be seen by the naked eyes. So now we understand cell is the basic structural and functional unit of organ or body. So why can't we see the cell by our unaided eyes? Because they are very small in size. You might not be knowing that the smallest cell is about zero point 0.1 into 0.5 millimeter and the largest cell is 170 into 133 millimeter. Organisms show variety of cell numbers, size and shape. Scientists has observed that there are millions of different types of cells. Let's study about them. On the basis of number of cell, organisms are divided into two categories, that is unicellular organisms and multicellular organism. Unicellular organisms means single-celled organisms. Uni means one, cellular means cell. Single-celled organisms, for example, Chlamydomonas, amoeba, paramecium, euglena. Unicellular organisms are made up of only one cell that carries out all the functions needed by the organism. Unicellular organisms included bacteria, protists, yeast. Multicellular organisms. Multicellular organisms are made up of more than one cell, are called multicellular organisms. Multi means many, cellular means cells. The organism is made up of many cells. For example, fungi, plants, animals, humans. Irrespective of unicellular organisms, multicellular organisms perform similar basic functions for their survival, while multicellular organisms use many different cells to perform function. Here you can see cell forms tissue, tissue forms organ, organs form system that performs body functions. Do you know multicellular organism begins life as a single cell, which is the fertilized egg that we had studied in reproduction chapter of class 8. Fertilized egg cell multiplies and number of cell increases. Here are some few differences between unicellular organism and multicellular organism. It is very important. You must know that in unicellular organism, the body of organism is composed of single cell, and in multicellular organism, the body of the organism is composed of many cells. Unicellular organisms are prokaryotic in nature, multicellular organisms are eukaryotic in nature. The reproduction in unicellular organism is done by asexual reproduction, and in multicellular organism it is done by sexual reproduction. Unicellular organism, a single cell carries out all the life process. In multicellular organism, different cells are specialized to perform different functions. In a unicellular organism, injury of cell can cause the death of the organism. But in multicellular organism, injury or death of some cell does not affect the organism, as the same can be replaced by new one. Example of unicellular organism is amoeba. Like the example in multicellular organisms are humans, plants, animals, etc. Let's study variety of shape. Shape of the cell depends upon the function it performs. The shape of the cell may change or remain same. On the basis of shape, they are divided into two types. One is the irregular shape and second is the regular shape. In irregular shape, some cells can change their shape. For example, amoeba, WBC. In amoeba, it keeps on changing its shape. It is because of pseudopodia. Pseudo means false, podia means feed. False feed. As you learned in previous classes, in amoeba, projection appears at varying length, due to which amoeba facilitates movements and helps in capturing food. Those projections are known as pseudopodia. That's why the shape of amoeba is keep changing. And second is the regular shape. For example, RBCs. Regular shape, there is a relation between the shape and the function of the cell performs. For example, spindle shaped muscle cells. Spindle means long and pointed at both the ends. Next, disc like RBCs, branched nerve cells or neurons. They receives and transfers messages. It helps to control and coordinate the working of different parts of the body. Flat cells, skin cells. Here you can see the different shape of the cells. For example, sex cell, egg and sperm cell, muscle cell, fat cells, bone cells, blood cells, neurons, epithelial cell, immune cell. So all these cells have different shape according to their functions. Now the variety in size. Size of the cell varies. Smallest cell is mycoplasma, 10 micrometer in diameter. Largest cell is ostrich egg. Average size is 6 into 5 inches. In humans, the smallest cell is RBCs. It is 6 to 8 micrometer. And the longest cell is nerve cells or neurons, 100 microns. Length varies from micrometer to several meters. Size of the cell has no relation with the size of the body of the animals or plants. It's not like that ki big elephant is having big cell and small rat is having small cell. It's not like that. The size of the cell is related to its function. For example, nerve cell in elephant and rat. In both, they are long branched, carrying the same function. What are living organisms made up of? Just as building is made up of bricks, the body of all living organism is made up of cells. So the cells are the basic building block of all living things. It is structural and functional unit of living organism. Cell is comparable to bricks. Bricks in the buildings are basic structural unit. As you can see in your surroundings, there are lots of buildings, schools, hospitals, offices are made up of bricks. So the bricks is the basic structural unit for any type of buildings. Like that, cells are the basic structural unit for all living organisms. It may be plants, animals, humans, microorganisms, etc. What is cell made up of? Cell is basically made up of two parts, that is cell membrane and protoplasm. Cell membrane is the covering of cell. Leaving the cell membrane means apart from the cell membrane, inside the cell, that is the protoplasm. Protoplasm is again divided into two parts, that is liquid part is cytoplasm and nucleus. Cell membrane or plasma membrane is the outer covering of the cell. It separates the cell from other cells and the surrounding medium, and it allows the movement of material both inwards and outwards. It is present in both plants and animal cells. It is living, thin and delicate membrane. It is semi-permeable, means it allows selective particle to pass through. It is made up of lipids and proteins. The functions of cell membranes are: it provides support to the cell, The exchange of material takes place through semi-permeable membrane. It provides shape to the cell. Next is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is the liquid jelly-like material of the cell. It is present between cell membrane and nucleus. Various other components or organelles of the cells are present in the cytoplasm. For example, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, ribosomes, lysosomes, endoplasmic reticulum, etc. All these cell bodies are present in the cytoplasm. These cell bodies are known as organelles. They are very important for the cell. They are the metabolic machinery of the cell that we will study in detail in our next session. Next is nucleus. Nucleus is located in the center of the cell. It consists of nuclear membrane, nucleoplasm, nucleolus, and nuclear material. Nuclear material or chromatin material is the thread-like structure called chromosomes. It carries gene. Nucleus regulates cell cycle. Gene helps in transmission of characters from parents to offsprings, and nucleus is known as brain of cell. Now we understood cell is the basic fundamental unit of life. It performs all the functions like intake of food, excretion, metabolism, respiration, digestion, etc. Division of labor. Cell usually possesses a number of components called cell organelles in the cytoplasm. Each cell organelles perform different functions like clearing waste material, protein synthesis, lipid synthesis, etc. Here our first part of the fundamental unit of life is completed. Hope you understand it very well. And if you like my videos, then please like, share and subscribe my channel so you can get the notification. So hurry up, click on the bell icon and subscribe my channel so that you can get notifications and more such interesting videos. Thanks for watching.